known as Spain, and then I moved to Mexico because it's Mexico, you know. So the one thing is interesting. I did do a Paco for a class project, and I was getting all these people always asking me if I was doing Paco because of, God, my arm is getting really tired in this freaking hand. I don't know. You guys are gonna have to do most of the talking because this is already tiring my hand out doing this.
Just let me know when you want me to get started, and I'll get started.
All right. Well, we're at 122, but we're just for intros right now. So let me go ahead and pause the music. Alrighty. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Dirkmez, your favorite gaming parody channel. So this time, a little something special. We're doing Paco's podcast. This is the thing I've been trying to get together for a while now with doing a podcast with a dragon puppet. I have here with me Dom and JJ. You guys can go ahead and introduce yourselves whenever.
Alright, I guess I'll go first. I'm JJ from Love Nest Gaming. Was asked by Dirk to come over here and help him out with podcasting, so I'm going to be here hanging out. I really don't know much about Luigi's Mansion, but hey, learn something every day, right? So, off to the next.
Alright. Dudes. I'm Dom Buscus. Once you can call me Dom. I run my own channel on YouTube, Dom Buscus. I stream every night on around 9 p.m. go to 11. And I was asked to come on here by Dirkmez. Now I know mostly a lot of stuff about Luigi's Mansion. I played it when I was really little. I played with my friend. I did a lot of research on it, so I might be talking a lot throughout this on my research I know about this throughout like the game, because I think it's a really, really good game, and I loved playing it. So, yeah.
Okay, it sounds good. We are going to be starting now because the countdown timer has reached 0 seconds. How about you, JJ?
Yes, we're at 0-0. I've already started. I went kind of jumped in there. I was like, oh, whatever. Let's just do it. Tonight's just going to be one of those spontaneous nights.
Right. Hold on a second. I hear movement. Just gotta let people know because, I mean, like, people don't knock at my house. So hang on.
I don't. I just walk into his house. Yeah, I have some crazy stories about that. Like when I was in middle school, he would get so into his game, I would walk up behind him and just stand behind him and stare at him. And I'd sit there and do that for like 20 minutes. He'd turn around, where'd you come from? I've been standing here for like 20 minutes. Nobody
just teleported right behind you.
I teleport. Like you said, nobody knocks over there.
Now we can go ahead and get started with this.
I was telling him the story about how, nobody knocks over at your place. Like how, remember in middle school when I used to walk up behind you, used to be into a video game, and I used to stand there for like 20 minutes? Where'd you come from? Teleportation.
Yeah, so it's like I always got to let people know, hey, you know, I'm doing a live stream or something like that to that effect, because people don't knock, they'll actually just open the door, you know. So. All right.
So here we are, our first podcast.
Sure.
Well,
hang on, I can hear you guys on the other end here.
I should probably unmute my microphone too. I think it's on. Yeah, okay.
Okay, so you're going to go getting started, Joe?
Yes.
I'm good with getting started.
Let's get started. So, how do we start this off here?
The thing is, how do we get started with this?
Okay, so it's like you were talking about...
We're talking about Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah.
Luigi's Mansion came out in 2001 by Nintendo. It was shown off at E3 along with 3 other trailers, I believe. And it's funny to think about now, because back then when it was first announced, Luigi's Mansion was not well received at all. No one really wanted to play it because they wanted a new Mario game. Luigi's Mansion, Luigi was the main protagonist. So it's just really interesting because now it has a big fan base. It has two two sequels to it, one for the 3DS and one for the Switch, and both I've played as well. And while I like them, I think Luigi's Mansion is definitely the best of the series. And it's actually released for the GameCube, and we had a beta shown to us first, and that's also really interesting to think about because the beta was so different from the game. It was extremely different. You had gameplay aspects that were changed throughout the game. For example, in the beta, you had 24 hours to beat the game, 24 real-life hours to beat the game, or else Mario, along with the mansion, would disappear forever. However, that was removed from the that was removed along from the final game.
Could you think about that if you had
Do
a
you two have
game
anything else?
that you...
Do you two have anything to say
Yeah, could you
so far
imagine...
based off what I've been saying?
Could you imagine if that game...
I don't count as a person.
he counts as a... He does, he only cuts as a dragon.
You totally need dragon, right?
But I do. Could you imagine in the final product if they did actually leave that where you had to beat it in 24 hours? You pay like $59.95 for a game that you had to beat within 24 hours. It would be like
that.
Wow.
Yeah, that almost sounds like freaking what was it? One of the Legend of Zelda games was like that. Majora's Mask.
Yes.
Yeah. It was the same way. It was like you had to beat it within an X amount of time. Otherwise, I think it would. Didn't it like delete your save or something like that? It would do something like that.
Either way, you'd get a game over.
Oh, okay.
A big game over.
Yeah, so like, yeah, I actually have played a Luigi's Mansion as well, but I only played it for like a short time because I was borrowing it from a friend, and one of the things that was frustrating the heck out of me the most was the fact that I think I was on the second floor, and I couldn't get past the second floor because one of the ghosts kept glitching into the wall where I couldn't get him. And he'd just sit in there and laugh at me whenever I walked by.
Yeah, we talked about that. That was a boo.
Yeah.
That was a boo, yeah. Boos don't do that. One thing I do want to talk about is, I want to talk about the story behind it, because there is a story mode. What happened is King Boo sent Luigi and Mario letters saying something along the lines of, "Congratulations. We are proud to announce that you have won the lottery. We have picked you out of the lottery, and you won a mansion. You can move into this mansion at any time. We've included the map. It's all yours. It's all ready to go." Now, that is suspicious. That is hella sus. No one wins a mansion in a lottery. But Luigi did. And when you live in a one-bedroom house with your brother, I don't think you're going to question that.
I wouldn't either. I'd be like, dude, we're going to
Yeah, the day after, when they received that, Luigi and... what was that?
Yeah, if I lived in a one-bedroom house with my brother, I'd be like, I got my own room. We're moving. See ya.
So yeah, Luigi called his brother and said, "Hey, dude, I won a mansion. Why don't you meet me there? We'll meet tonight. We'll have a sort of sleepover thing. We'll celebrate winning." So Luigi packs his stuff. He goes out, and Luigi gets lost. He's not the brightest tool in the shed, and by the time he gets there, it is dark. It is nighttime. So he enters the mansion. The lights are all off, and Mario is nowhere to be seen. Which is weird, because Mario definitely would have gotten to the mansion before Luigi. Here's the thing. Mario got kidnapped by King Boo. Spoiler, sorry. He got kidnapped by King Boo. And people are actually trying to speculate what happened to Mario before he got captured. Because here's what we know. Mario got there before Luigi.
Mm-hmm.
We see a Toad standing in the main manor when after you talk to Egad, and Toad says, oh, Princess Peach sent me because she was worried sick. She has no clue where Mario is, so she sent me. So that means Mario was with Princess Peach. And we also see items from Mario scattered around the mansion. We bring these items to Clairvoya, the fortune teller, which helps us um, find Mario. She gives us hints like she's in the mansion, he's in the mansion, he's with King Boo. He's not alive, but he's not dead. And these items are a boot, a hat, a glove, a letter written to Luigi that says watch out for the boos, and a star. So he came from Princess Peach, he had spare clothes with him, a star, and he wrote a letter to Luigi um, saying watch out for the boos. So what probably happened is he probably entered the mansion, the lights were on. He probably went forward.
Hola, Miguel Escobar.
Oh no. I think he
Where did you take
disappeared.
Where'd you go?
Oh, he went missing. He went Luigi.
What the
No, there's
heck?
a couple difficulties here. There we
Whose
go.
thing is messing up the most? Because it's like it's loud inside my head. Oh, someone's microphone's going crazy right now.
It's not
I
mine.
was getting into a rant and everything.
I think it's his.
I think something skipped
Can't
out
do-
because it's like all of a sudden you look like you started to fall over or something, and your screen went black too for a moment.
Oh yeah, and it also what Luigi's Mansion kind of sounds like. It's kind of like a remake of Mario's Missing.
Almost, kind of.
Oh,
but
Mario's missing. Oh, we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that.
It almost sounds like they tried to make up for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like they were trying to really go like, "Oh, we're sorry for putting this horde game out."
I actually played Mario's Missing on the PC. There were multiple versions of it. There was one on the NES, the Super Nintendo, and the PC. And the one that actually had the better graphics, of course, was the PC version.
Hmm.
You know, and
Of course.
the thing is, it's weird with me because I like history and stuff, especially if it's world history. And I actually, I'm sorry to say, I actually enjoyed the PC version, but it was partly because of the fact that I just like places. You know, I like travel and discovery and exploration and stuff. You know, so
Yeah,
that was something that I liked. You know, I mean, it was crap that you couldn't jump on enemies and stuff, but they fixed certain things in the PC version that were crap in the console versions. Like whenever you went up and down streets, you could just go right into the middle of the street and run up or run down. Whereas you try to do it in the console versions, you get honking horns honking at you. God, I can't talk right now. Sorry, it's not. Go ahead. Yeah, I kind of just add my 2 cents there. So
Yeah, and it's like like I said, it's like they tried to fix it, and they successfully did, because the storyline got a little more thicker to why Mario was missing. It's
yeah, but
not
this is
like,
about Luigi's Mansion, not Mario's Missing. So
and it's like they gave him instead of saying, "Oh, he's just missing," he gave like he went to a mansion, he went missing in this mansion. This is what's going on with the guy. It's not like, oh well, he just went missing. Koopa just took a bunch of crap. And I like how they're getting off they also get off the Bowser line for a little bit, because it's always the whole Bowser thing.
Yeah. We do have a little bit about Bowser to talk about because this is where the Bowser is dead theories came from. And we will talk about that later because I have a lot to say about that.
Yeah, because there's different one that Bowser is dead. There's the ones that Bowser isn't dead. That you know.
Bowser never dies. I mean, he falls in hot lava and all his skin and stuff gets burned off and these bones and stuff. And
Next game he's back and healthy.
you actually reminded me. I can't remember if I sent you this one, Dom, or actually out of one of you guys. Somebody did a parody of Death Stranding with stuff from Mario Brothers. It's parodied on Yoshi's Island, which is Super Mario Bros. 2. And if you've played Death Stranding and you've played Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island, you'll get all the references. I couldn't stop laughing watching that. It was freaking hilarious, dude. But I'll send you guys a link later on.
They did
Uh,
so many parodies to Super Mario and Luigi, like the after years. After they beat
Yeah.
Bowser and stuff, like Mario goes back and marries Peach and end up back in Brooklyn in a one bedroom apartment.
Oh yeah. There's also like the one of yeah, I know it's getting off topic again, but about the whole Bowsette meme that went around, and there's two versions of
Oh,
yeah.
dang.
Here's the thing, is okay, because there's a character, a player in Final Fantasy 14 on my server who's dressed like Bowsette, but it's the blonde version. And see, here's the thing: is when the first time when I saw the blonde Bowsette, I thought it was Peach who had gone evil because the blonde hair, So I really thought it was Peach, and later on I found out it's not Peach, it's Bowser. And then someone had a dark skinned redhead Bowsette, and I'm like, that looks more like a Bowsette because Koopa, or Bowser, has dark skin and red hair, so that makes more sense.
Hmm.
If you talk to certain people about it, they'll get in their arguments with you over it. I mean, like, Bowser's got red hair, Peach has blonde hair,
Oh yeah,
you know.
people will just
And I feel like saying, what you don't like anything, you got something against redheads with dark skin? Is that it? That's racist, right?
I don't know. It's just that what is that? Is that the love child of
Oh,
Peach
Oh,
and
Matt, we
Bowser?
got
to see that.
Steve. Thank you for the follow.
Look,
This is what happens when Peach bros the hell out of Bowser too many
Thank you for
times.
the follow, Matt Migoski. Thank you. Gracias, Signor. Okay, so go ahead, Don. We keep getting off topic.
Yeah.
Here,
yeah,
Mario
yeah.
is-
I just saw something I didn't need to see, but let's get
I did
back
too, but
on
yeah, it's like
topic, please.
there's a lot of dark side of Mario.
Was it someone somebody doing a handstand in zero gravity taking a shit? I saw that once. Oh my god.
I wish I could see that, but no, I saw. Let's see if I can describe this.
I wish I could unsee it.
Bowser
Two girls, one cup.
pregnant with. Oh no, Bowser vor someone.
Dirk!
You gotta be really careful what kind of things you
God, I
Google.
hate living so much.
Yeah, that's the thing I've noticed. There's certain things I hate about humans, and there's other things I like about them. It's like, but I think the things that are good outweigh the things that are bad. But yeah.
Yeah, no. Can we
That's
get back
something.
on to? Can we get
Yeah,
back to
sorry,
talk?
you keep getting off topic.
But Mario, he's in the mansion. He just got there, and he walks into the second area. He goes right, and he puts his hat in the dryer, washer. And he starts washing it, and then this is when King Boo decides to reveal himself. So Mario, he runs out. He runs straight. He's running. Mario can mostly outrun King Boo, but King Boo, he locks the door to go back to Area 1, so he can't go that way. So he keeps running, and then once he reaches the courtyard, he decides, alright, I need to warn Luigi. I need to warn Luigi in a way that King Boo or the other Boos will not see. So he pulls out some piece of paper, pulls out a pencil he brought with him, and he writes, watch out for the Boos, Luigi. It's small, it's quick, but it'll have to do. So he hides it in a birdhouse, which is actually where you find the note in the game. So after he does this, he sees King Boo, he's on his trail. So he keeps running. He soon reaches Area 3, Area 4, I believe, where he realizes he's not going to keep this straight up forever, and King Boo is eventually going to reach him, and he is eventually going to capture him. So he decides King Boo can't get a hold of the Power Star he has. He needs to hide it in a way that King Boo and the Boos will not find it. So in that one star room you find it in, he uses the Power Star to hide it, where he is eventually captured by King Boo. All the lights are turned off, all the doors are locked. It's ready for Luigi to enter the mansion and start the game. And that was all purely speculation, by the way. No one knows if this is actually true. That was just purely theories, but it makes sense with all the clues you find throughout the game.
Game theory.
Yeah, says, yeah, I saw him walk through a little bit before you arrived.
So at least they do the backstory of Mario, like what happened to him. Exactly what. This is what's going on. They're not like, well, now you have to go find them and why. They actually give it a thick, and like I said, some of the other, there's a couple of Mario games that they don't really give that thick backstory about what happened. Like Super Mario Brothers 3, the original Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
They don't give the total story in the game.
Well, Super Mario Brothers 3 is actually connected to Super Mario World. Well, the stories aren't, but there's stuff in Mario World that was from Mario 3. So, like the airship, for example, that's in the lagoon that's surrounded by the archipelago that they're in.
Mm-hmm.
And that was actually, I didn't know that at the time, but later on I found out that was one of the airships from Mario 3 when Bowser escaped. And then he crash landed in that area and stuff, and it kind of just spread its evil everywhere. But I kind of wonder where, again, if this is all supposed to be in the same universe, where would Luigi's Mansion be in that universe? Because apparently it's still inside the Mushroom Kingdom, right?
Mm-hmm.
All of it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And wait, is Luigi's Mansion the same mansion that's in Mario 64, or is that a different one?
It's a different one.
Okay. Yeah, that's all right. Because the one that's in Mario 64 is in a little cage thing this big, right? That Mario has to shrink down to get inside of it.
And with Mario's Mansion, it's something that it doesn't exist. King Boo made it all within a day to get revenge on not only Luigi but Professor Egad. Egad even said the mansion isn't real. It appeared yesterday.
Huh. Okay. I wonder where Professor Egad falls into it, because he's not, as far as I know, he's not in any other games, is he?
He is. He's in Super Mario Sunshine. We see inventions made by him in Super Mario Sunshine. Flood was made by Egad, and that paintbrush that Bowser Jr. has was made by Egad. And I can actually explain to you how Egad falls into Luigi's Mansion if you want. So basically, Egad is a ghost hunter. He goes around the world collecting famous ghosts.
And
Egad... one day he came. His latest.
Uh-oh, we lost sound again.
Sorry, what was that?
I actually had a question too about Egad. Isn't that in Mario World the wizard that turns the blocks into turtles and stuff like that? The guy with the wand?
I haven't played that, so I wouldn't be able to say.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Isn't that Egad?
No, he's different, because the guy in Mario 3... I'm just readjusting my camera because I'm getting tired of it being in my face. But because I'm not really doing much with the puppet. But yeah, in Mario... so in Mario 3, there's a... No, sorry, it's not Mario 3. It's in Mario World. There is a wizard. He kind of looks like the wizard from Fantasia with the hat. But his hat has different symbols on it and stuff. And he wears glasses like Egad. But he's a villain, basically. What he does is he uses his wand, and his wand turns blocks I think it was in the coins, or it was into other... No, it's turtles.
Turtles.
His wand turns blocks into turtles, is what it does. And I think I can't remember if it affects other enemies the same way or not, but if you're hit with it, you take a hit. So if you're Big Mario, then you shrink down into small Mario. If you've got the feather, you turn back in the Big Mario and stuff. But it can be a pain in the butt because he can use his spells to teleport and stuff, so you never know where he's going to pop up,
Yeah, and also he was in Yoshi's Island, too. He was the wizard that actually changed the different creatures into the mega creatures that you have to fight with Baby Mario on your back. He was the
I
wizard in that.
vaguely remember that, but
I can't remember what his name was though. Oh my
but one thing
gosh.
about sorry, so Dom, you hadn't finished your story yet that you were talking about with Egad, right?
Yeah, so he's a professional ghost hunter. His latest catch, and when you were talking to him, is Bulassel, I believe is his name. Bulassel is a combination of all the boos. He captured this ghost, and if
Huh.
you're a king and all your minions are suddenly captured, you'd be a bit ticked off. So King Boo
Yeah.
was ticked off. He finds Professor Egad. He releases all the ghosts because once Egad captures a ghost, he turns it into a painting with the machine. So
Hmm.
Egad, the King Boo, gets all his paintings he ever caught, turns them into ghosts, creates a mansion right outside of his laboratory, and put them all in there. And in fact, when Luigi gets there, he finds Egad in the mansion because he was trying to do it all himself because he had no one else to do it for him. And you see Egad try to catch a ghost, and he's not exactly in his prime days anymore, so he struggles a little bit, which is mostly why he has Luigi go into the mansion by himself. Because, well, one, he has a brother to save, but two, he can't really catch ghosts by himself anymore.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah. The other thing I wondered about too.
It's interesting how this stuff lines up.
No, no,
Yeah.
no, no. His name, that the wizard in Yoshi's Islands 2, name is named Kamek. I think it might have been brother of Egad.
Uh,
I don't know. Is Egad a Koopa Trooper or a
no, he's
Koopa?
not.
Yeah.
He's a person. He's a human.
Okay, then he's not a. Then he's not
Yeah.
probably related.
He looks like a nerdy version of Mario because he's got the swirly glasses and stuff. Yeah. 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 Like I said, yeah.
Yeah,
Because Kamek is a type of Koopa Troopa kind of. I mean, he's got the same kind of head as a Koopa Troopa. Just wears a robe. Like I say, he
he has
looks
this
like.
singular
But
head.
he has the same geeky nerdy glasses as Egad does, like the Mario, the big swirly glasses.
This image of him doesn't have the swirly glasses. They're this, like they just look like fogging tip lenses.
I think they did it later on during the cartoon. They gave him the swirls.
There's one of them with
It
the
didn't look
swirly.
like swirls. It just looked like circles.
Yeah, you might be getting that mixed up with there's these guys that had red robes and propellers on top of their heads, and it almost looks like their glasses are like that. I mean, you always could Google a picture of Professor Egad if you'd like, JJ. So,
I'm thinking about it. I'm getting ready to. But okay, here's a good question for you. Question of the day: which would you rather play, Luigi's Mansion or Super Mario World? Because they're both
um,
Tough
really.
one.
That's a really tough one because they're really decently made games. Like I've gotten
Yeah,
back into
definitely.
to Mario World again. I've been broadcasting it and everything, and I forgot how much fun that game was and how much the difficulty in the levels. They kind of
God.
they challenge you sometimes, and finding everything and trying to beat everything at 100%. And everyone's like, I beat it 100%. It's like I got the top secret area, everything in Star Road, and you know,
Actually, it's 96 stars, so which really threw us off. And actually, what the 96 is there's 96 exits in the game. I always thought it had something to do with levels, and it doesn't.
yeah, and they all go through
Actually,
Star World.
getting to that, since he was talking about what was it again? The Luigi's mansion involving ghosts and stuff. There was a theory that I heard, and I should probably maybe save this for a separate podcast. But when I was a kid, I was told that there was a secret ghost town in the game, and I asked, okay, like I think I do distinctly remember asking, "Do you mean the ghost house? There's a secret ghost house?" And they said, "No, there's a secret area like another map area that's called the secret ghost town. And I've never found any confirmation about this before, so I don't know if it actually ever existed or if I was being trolled for the first time in my life. But I never found it. I mean, me and my brother scoured the entire game looking for like any kind of special exit that may have led to that area. But I don't know. Maybe it was some kind of developer type code that you needed to get into that area because there's developer secrets and stuff like that all over these games. So it could have been something to do with that. I've just never found any information on it. None. So I don't know. It could be part of the iceberg. I have no idea.
It could be.
I'm looking up right now and I can't find anything on it.
Because all these different Mario games, like you said, Dirk, is that like even some of the off-brand ones, like there's some fan-based versions of Mario Brothers, like Mario Kingdom and stuff like that. Mario Kingdom, they left the developer mode open for the longest time, and there are so many different secrets. If they close that game off, it's going to be like.
Well, this was before Lunar Magic existed, So, if you didn't know, Dom, Lunar Magic was a editor program for Super Mario World, and it was basically you could make your own Super Mario World maps and levels. Now, this is long before Mario Maker 2, long before us, because this dates back to I think it came out in 2003 or 2005, sometime around there. Let me hang on a second. But there are people who have actually done complete playthroughs of worlds created using Lunar Magic, and it's just insane. This stuff, like the hardest ones are called Super Mario VIP, and those are pretty insane. So let me take a look at when Lunar Magic was released because I'm kind of curious now.
Like I said.
Okay, 2000. It came out in 2000. I was close because I said 2005, but yeah, I think I didn't hear about it until about 2005 or 2006, around there, because that's when YouTube came out, and that's when I first saw a playthrough of something made with Lunar Magic was on YouTube back in its early days. But
yeah, like
Interesting.
you know, it's interesting. Like I keep seeing with Mario Maker 2, all these impossible levels and everything. It's like you could make an 8-bit version of some of these more modern Mario games.
well, that's what it is. Because Mario Maker 1 is basically all the 8-bit stuff, but Mario Maker 2 is all the 8-bit plus the 16-bit stuff plus the maps. So basically, what they did is they copied Lunar Magic. So essentially, that's all they did.
I wouldn't go that far.
Oh, to them copying it, or
Yeah, I wouldn't say they're copying it. Say.
huh?
Mario Maker gave a way for people to create interesting levels. I mean, it was fun playing that. And
Yeah,
you get to see what the community made. That was a good game. I wouldn't say it was copying per se. Again, that's just my opinion.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because Lunar Magic was the same thing, but it was more like a developer program. So it's basically what it was an editor program for Super Mario World. So it didn't contain all the stuff that Mario Maker had, because Mario Maker had all the stuff from the other previous Mario games. With Lunar Magic, it's specifically just Super Mario World, but it was the concept was the same. But remember, it came out 15 years before Mario Maker did. But the problem there was it was only on the PC, and it was a pain in the ass to use. I never figured it out, because I messed around with Lunar Magic a little bit, and the only thing I cared about was making maps, because I used to draw Mario maps when I was in school and stuff, and I couldn't figure it out because it uses hex editors and sprite brushes and all kinds of stuff like that. And I was like, all right, I was like, screw this crap. But yeah, I mean, I think you can still get Lunar Magic out there, but yeah, you still can. It brought up the website for it. So yeah, if you ever saw anything on YouTube called Super Demo World, Super Mario VIP, that was done with Lunar Magic.
Yeah, I keep,
Yeah.
like I said, seeing these impossible levels. I kind of have some ideas, and I kind of want to build one or two of them and try it out,
Yeah.
and even
Yeah, that'd be
test a
pretty cool.
couple. Just test a couple
One of
and
the
get mad.
yeah. So one of the things I was curious about though with Luigi's Mansion though was the vacuum cleaner. And one thing I've always wondered about ghosts in maybe it's just a ghost thing, I don't know. Why is it they can't escape from a vacuum cleaner? I mean, it's the same thing with Casper. In Casper, how do they catch the ghosts? A vacuum cleaner. They can't get out. Why?
Exactly. It's like, oh, I just flew
Pretty
out the side of
sure.
it.
Hmm?
I'm pretty sure EGAD did something. Pretty sure EGAD's a smart guy. I'm pretty sure he'd be able to create something to like he made it so like he studied ghosts and made it so like the ghost just can't escape because of a certain something he put like on the inside of the walls of the vacuum cleaner. And one other important thing to note is in between every area, Luigi would go back and empty his vacuum cleaner because it got full of ghosts, and you can't have it that full of ghosts. So every time you'd like the boss ghost, you'd go back, you'd empty your vacuum cleaner, and you get to saw all the portrait ghosts that you collected and the rank you got for the portrait ghosts. I guess
Okay.
yeah.
Kind of sounds a bit like what do you call it? I'm trying to think now. It's Ghostbusters. It's the kind of Ghostbusters where they have the
That's what I
when they
was just
catch
thinking.
ghosts, they dump them into a thing. It's kind of like a prison for ghosts. And again, it's something like it's a box they can't escape from. They can't escape from the ghost trap, and they can't escape from the ghost prison that they're put into as well.
Yeah.
There's got to be something that lines it. Because, like I said, if it was just a regular vacuum cleaner, Ghost would just be like, oh, I'm just going to fly out the side of this thing.
Well, but in
Ooh.
Casper, it is. It's just a regular vacuum cleaner, but not just any vacuum cleaner. I think it was a Kirby, so maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. Maybe.
Gonna start analyzing what kind of vacuum cleaner was used in there.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
no, it's a
Used to
Kirby.
catch
Run.
ghosts. I kind of wonder if Professor Egad is a relation to Professor Egon. Egon. Is there a relation here?
Huh. I don't think so, man.
Egad
Honestly,
to
I don't think
Egon.
so.
Maybe you don't think he's like the alternate reality version of Egon or something like the Mario World version of Egon?
I don't know.
They both wear glasses.
Oh yeah,
They both develop
Wear
ghost
glasses. That
ghost
must mean
catching
I'm related
equipment.
to him.
we've got glasses. We're both related. That works. Brother.
It'd be like a long lost cousin,
I
kind of
wear
like
glasses.
yeah, like kind of like how Hank Hill is to his half Japanese brother. They didn't know they existed. Maybe they had the same father or something.
Oh yeah. Like in that episode, they were drinking like the same beer as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That was great. They both had the same problem with the narrow urethra.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah, that's
god.
great.
Well, my Twitch has 0 followers. Twitch, you suck.
Yeah. I gotta
Twitch
follow.
is
I gotta
suck.
follow. I gotta follow.
You don't follow me. You guys are too good for me. You guys lead yourself.
I don't know what your
Whoa, that's
Twitch
big
is.
accusation. What's your Twitch now? I'll follow you.
Let's go look
Yeah.
at Love Nest Gaming.
I'm going over there right now. I think I'm already following
How's
you,
that
but I'm here.
See, I have no followers because everybody wants to be a leader.
Somebody else's stream is freaking going on my headset. Oh, wait a second. That's not.
How do you
It's
spell
ours.
your Twitch name, Mudded?
It's just Love Nest Gaming. Love Nest Gaming. One word.
Yeah, it's all one word. So like,
Love Vest Gaming?
no, nest, like bird's nest. Big Bird, like Big Bird's Nest.
All right, yeah, sorry, I didn't hear you.
Big Bird lives
There you
here on our channel. He's in the bathroom right now.
I see myself. That's
He ate too much bird
Yeah.
seed. With
I'm your
laxative.
first follower. I feel so honored to be your first follower.
My first follower. And he
You don't have
sounds so sincere
notifications
about
set up,
it.
do you?
I have nothing set up right yet. I'm still setting the channel up, and I'm just like, dude, I just feel so inaccurate.
Yeah, you should get notifications pop up for when you get follows and stuff. You can like announce their name in the stream when they follow you. And your chats are in kind of a weird spot. I've been meaning to tell you that because
I know it is. It's, I've been trying to work with that, and it's driving me nuts. And I'm just like, you know what, dude? I'm leaving it there.
Yeah. I mean, again, I could offer to help you get that set up as long as you allow me to do my work this time. But yeah.
Yeah, this thing has been driving me nuts. I've been like, dude, this needs to be reorganized, and then I need to make it so that I need
You
something.
didn't have any followers, did you? Gee whiz, you're at 0. That's
I'm at 0 followers. See, I'm
at 1.
You know what? I'm that guy. Remember in that South Park episode?
Oh yeah, he's got 1 now. All right.
Remember the South Park episode? That one guy, the guy that Kyle followed, and he lost all his followers because he followed that one guy. I'm that one guy. You're gonna lose all your followers.
Well, think about it like this. I mean, like 1 is better than none. I mean, it's like if you're a watch.
Kind of be spitting facts. Kind of be spitting facts.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like what was that? What was it? If you ever watch the Midnight Gospel, the guy in that, he's so carefree. It's crazy. He's got 1 follower, and he just doesn't care. He's got 1 follower, and he even says, shouts him out like at every single night he does a stream, and he says,
Exactly.
"Thank you, so and so, my 1 and only follower. You, sir, are the reason why I get up. I stay up every night and do these podcasts."
Exactly.
So his 1 follower is so loyal. He's the reason that he keeps streaming. You know, it's like that's awesome.
And now that you two are followers, you two are the reason I'm doing this.
Heck yeah, dude. Yes.
Because I got 2 followers on my Twitch.
Yeah, that's how I was back when I first started my first YouTube channel. I don't remember who my okay. So I've had multiple YouTube channels, as you know, but I kept my original. All right, so I don't remember if on my original YouTube channel my first follower was my cousin, Tim. It might have been Frank, who was a friend of mine, who's he's kind of somewhat sexist, so I don't really care for him that much. I mean, he's still a good friend, but he's biased against women, and then it could have been some random. I just don't remember because YouTube deleted all my followers on my first channel I had, and I don't know why that happened or how that happened, but it just cleared all of them. So I kind of had to like build it back up again. Then my other channel. My archives channel that I shut down because of the COPPA thing, and then I had my Paco's, what was it called again? It was Wisecracking Dragons originally, and now it's Dirkmez. So Dirkmez is now the big channel, and the first person I had on there was a friend of mine, actually, from AnimeCon. That was Tony.
See, I had a channel, and I have like a ton of followers on that channel. It's the Dark Minion Studios channel from when I was doing all the ICP stuff. And I had it on an email, and then they changed it over to this username thing, and I was like, I don't know what the username on this account is, and I don't know how to get back into it, so I was just like,
email. I mean, you can like, if you forget your username or your login info, you can always get it sent to you.
Oh, I've tried, and I'm like, dude, this was way before, you changed over to Gmail. This is back when YouTube was, like, in the young stages. So, basically, I tried to get a hold of them. So, YouTube, if you're out there and you end up coming across this, please contact me, because I want my channel back.
Don't just want his channel back, YouTube. Come on.
Yeah.
Throw him a bone.
All I want is I want my If I Was a Serial Killer video back, because that thing was a masterpiece and a half.
I think that's actually still up here.
It
What
it
was
is. It's still up there. It's just I can't comment on anybody as the actual creator of the video. I
that's too bad.
I can comment under this account and everything, which I have, but it's just kind of sad when you can't really comment on your works, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, did you have anything other stuff about Luigi's Mansion? Because you've played this game more than I have, so that it's kind of it's too bad I can't like provide you more feedback, other than what I know. I mean, you know about all kind of called the lore and like what do you call it, theories about it and stuff. So if you have anything else,
Yeah. I hope you don't mind if we go back into the "is Bowser dead" theory, because the whole reason why that spawned up is because you have Madame Clairvoyant, the fortune teller who helps you, and one of the things she says, which is really interesting, is you give her a piece of Mario sings, and she's like, "Oh well, King Boo's here and Bowser's here. Wait, shouldn't be right. Bowser was defeated in Mario's latest adventure." So what Man is technically saying Bowser shouldn't be here because he's technically not alive. But I guess, I mean, you also end up fighting King Boo through a Bowser suit that King Boo uses. So you could either see it as Madame Clairvoyant thought that Bowser was the actual Bowser when really it was a suit that King Boo used, or it was that Bowser died in Mario's previous adventure and King Boo resurrected King Bowser from the dead for that fight. I just think that's really interesting.
yeah, it
Hmm.
is. And that's the other thing I've always wondered is like, what is a boo? I mean, like I've always thought that a boo is a dead Goomba because they're about the same shape.
Yeah, I don't know how I could describe what a boo is. It's like, one thing that sets boos out from the other, ghosts in the game is they can go through walls.
Yeah.
They could, if you're not careful, a boo could go to a different room in the game. Also, boos, they serve King Boo, and when you originally uncover the boos, they're all hiding in one room. You come across this room, you open this switch, this trapdoor opens, and up comes King Boo and all the boos. And King
Oh,
Boo
great.
sees that you have the Poltergeist 3000, and King Boo goes, "Oh crap, he has the Poltergeist 3000, everyone scram." Yeah, and then everyone goes to the different room. Professor Egad calls me and is like, "Yeah, I'm glad you found where the boos are, but like, did you have to let all of them just scatter across the mansion like that?"
It's kind of like when you're like, oopsie, and you kind of like walk away like you didn't do anything. But yeah, I think there was one time somewhere where I looked up what the different types of boos are. There's a no, not boos, but the ghosts in general. There's a ghost that actually looks like a dead Yoshi. The ones that like it's Super Mario World that kind of like look like a butler, like, kind of like this, But I forget what. I think it does mention that they might be something like that. But um, by the way, you actually can kill boos in other ghostly apparitions in Mario games if you have invincibility. That's the only way you can kill them. Same thing with
Yeah.
monsters.
Huh. I mean, Professor Egad says in the beginning of the game when he says, when Luigi mentions that that guy Luigi saw was his brother, he was like, "Oh, you have to go out him. This Mario's strong, but he couldn't take on. He would not be able to take on all the ghosts by himself. I mean, he couldn't take on King Boo by himself. He ended up getting captured. So that's really interesting. That you mentioned that the ghosts can be killed in some of the other games.
Yeah, there's a thing the one I was talking about. It was called I think it was just called Eerie. Was the type that looks like a dead baby Yoshi. But I remember like a long time ago too, and when I was in middle school, I was like going through it like all the Mario games and listing like writing down all the different names of the ghosts because I was gonna write like a story for like a class project about Mario Brothers, and I went through and talked about all the different types of ghosts and started to hand in the project to one of my teachers, and then I was kind of like reading it out loud, and I was like, oh, I forgot the name of this ghost. I'm all like, let me write that down. And my teacher got all mad and be like, no, you got enough. I'm all like, no, but there's more. I need to write down them all. You know, got to get them all in there.
That reminds me of this one story I wrote back in elementary school. That was, I can't remember what assignment it was for, but I ended up writing about a story of this gingerbread man who had like a candy cane for an arm and stuff like that, and it ended up going into this pumpkin, into this different world. And I swear, that is the one essay I put the most amount of time into.
Wow.
In fact, like after I handed that in, I was still writing stuff for it. Like during class, I would like whenever I finished my work, I'd just go off to the side and keep writing stuff for it.
That's cool. Yeah, like my first like actual fictional story I wrote that was just mine was, meaning not like a fanfic of anything like that, like the Mario one I was doing. Was when I was in high school. Actually, I wrote my first actual story. And it was way different from what it turned into, because I wrote it like around the time I got into anime, so I got a lot of my inspiration from like Final Fantasy games and anime, and I kind of combined something together of my own. And it was mostly just a short story about a ship, you know, not like a spaceship or a flying ship, just a ship, you know, like the Titanic, for example. And it had a kind of a disaster that happened to it too, but it was a fictional ship on a fictional planet where it kind of like the bottom of it got ripped open, but it didn't sink completely because it was in the shallow sea, and it sank about halfway and stuff like that. So half of it was buried with water. But I don't know what happened to that story. I wish I could find it, but it's probably around somewhere. I got a big tub up there. It's off camera. That's about this deep and about this wide, and it's got everything in it that I ever worked on from when I first started writing my own fictional stories till now. There's a lot of shit in there. Yeah. And I got more under my bed too, so I got like a whole bunch of these two 3-ring binders, like about this thick, and they're filled with more stuff. You know.
Damn.
Mostly maps, character designs, all kinds of stuff, you know, and I'm meaning to upload it. I really do, because there's so much stuff, you know, and it's like I need to do more with it, you know. I mean, I kind of stopped writing my primary story, other than the other one, the one I gave you, you know, Traverse. Yeah. Traverse is kind of like I guess you'd say like kind of like a pilot story to the main story, because that one transitions into the main story that I'm currently working on. But yeah, and it was actually a friend of mine who inspired me to write that one, because she really was intrigued by my character Lilith, you know, when I talked to her about her and stuff like that, how I designed Lilith and what her purpose was and stuff like that. And she asked me, "Is there like, do you have any stories that you've written about that character?" And I said, "Well, I planned a few like short stories for that character, but I haven't done anything with them." And she's like, "Dude, you should totally write those down." I was like, "If you write them down, I'll read it." I was like, "Really?" I was like, "Okay." So that's what that one was, you know. So that was the first one I got published, you know, was that one. But then there's like a whole bunch. I got like,
it's really cool, man.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, like I said, I got more stuff in there. Like I got like different vehicle designs I did too, and yeah, I just went all out on that, you know. And I have, like I said, anime and Final Fantasy to thank for that, you know, because that's what started it.
It's really cool to look on things that like inspired you and got you like to where you were. Like for me, it's like Tobuscus. You know, my name's Dombuscus. I used to watch Tobuscus a lot, and it got to the point where like I now want to make my own videos. I now want to publish my own stuff and upload it onto YouTube or like to Twitch or something like that.
Yeah. See, that's with what I wish I could do with like my own stories is get into like animation and stuff, because I'd like to be able to like create my characters on screen too, and I thought about like, you know, traditional animation, which I need to send you that link for Llama Arts, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because that one Llama Arts is traditional animation. It's more drawn, but he does everything in a computer. But then I thought about it. What the difference? What's nice about 3D animation is basically you have a three-dimensional model that you can articulate and do things with. Whereas with drawn animation, I still really like drawn animation and have a lot of respect for it and stuff. But with drawn animation, you have to have like individual cells or say like in a computer you'd have individual screens to kind of like articulate motion and stuff, whereas with 3D it's basically like having like a stop motion model but on the computer where you can bend it and you can like move it around and stuff. You can pan the camera completely around it because it's physical. Well, not really physical, it's there. It's like you can like move around it and stuff and then do things with it. You don't have to create multiple of one to get it to do something. You just do the one, you know?
Yeah, one thing with like 2D animation, Cuphead was like an amazing 2D animated game, and like the devs behind that painstakingly drew every frame, which is why it took 5 years to make. Like they
Wow.
put passion into the animation and everything behind that game, which is why it's just so admirable.
That's cool. See, that's the thing is, I mean, like it takes something like that
Yeah.
looks like it's like basically a really simple thing to do, you know, but they worked really hard on it, and then they got it out in like five years. Really isn't that too bad of a length of time to get a game out. But then you look at Bethesda, and it takes them like 10 to 15 years just to get one game out. Oh, did I just say that
Oh
out
yeah.
loud?
Hmm.
How long did Undertale take to make?
I never looked that one up. I know. So I
I'm
only
looking
know
it up
like
right
some of the
now.
Final Fantasy games took like only like a few years to make. Surprisingly.
Took 32 months to make.
Wow.
How long is that in years?
The longest time I ever saw on any kind of like animated project though was the Thief and the Cobbler. It took I think 25 years for them to make that one. I think it's partly because of the fact that it was costing them so much they finally just scrapped it, and then they went back and started working on it again. But yeah,
Yeah, just looking it up, that's 2 years. Now keep in mind, um, Toby worked on everything by himself. Came to Undertale.
hmm.
He made the only thing he didn't make was like I think some of the music and some of the character design, but other than that, everything was made by himself. Just
Wow.
why it's so admirable because Undertale is greatly loved, and Toby went on to be recognized by Nintendo, the godfather of video games.
Oh yeah, nice. That's cool. Yeah, there was another one. It's not a video game. It's a 3D animation, but it's called I think it's called something Bean, Killer Bean, and it's all
Killer Bean,
yeah,
yes.
yeah, and that's all
Charlie
independent too.
Charlie voiced the character in that.
Who did?
Charlie Moist Critical, have you heard of him?
No, I think I have. Which is weird because I watched the Saber Spark review on Killer Bean, and I don't
He's
think.
a great.
Sorry.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I don't think Saber Spark ever mentioned them in that when he did his review, but he may have. I don't know.
It was a new one. It was a new one. Killer Bean is being turned into a series. In the first episode, um, it featured a bunch of creators, including Moist Critical, which, because like Moist Critical watched the full Killer Bean movie on his stream, and like he loved it,
Hmm.
and he ended up reaching out to the creator of Killer Bean, and he allowed him to voice a character inside the series.
Cool. That's nice. Hmm.
Yeah, I'll send you the link to Moist Critical's channel so you can check him out. He's a great content creator. Like the
All
stuff he
right.
does, I mean, most of the time he reacts to stuff with his audience on Twitch, but like he actually recently came out and said that like he's doing charity streams. Like his wife works in an industry where like they receive a bunch of pets who need life-saving operations. Like a pet that's just been hit by a truck and needs a life-saving operation. And what happens is you have these families whose pets need a life-saving operation that costs thousands of dollars, yet they can't pay for it, or else they might not be able to eat for like a month. And Charlie heard about these for a couple days, where he decided, you know what, why don't I start paying for families who need stuff like this? And like, if a pet ever comes around to where he can't pay for it because he doesn't have enough, he'll have a charity stream where a, he'll raise up enough, he'll raise up a good amount of money, then he doesn't mind like forking over the last $2,000. And honestly, I think that's really admirable for him to do that. Like, that's amazing. Oh, he's willing to do something like that.
That is. Yeah, it's good that they have people out there who do stuff like that. You know, I mean, like, you know, with me, I mean, if I could get my channel going and stuff, you know, I'd like to be able to do something good like that for somebody. And you know, with my thing, it'd be either like probably like to try to like maybe help out UNICEF, who they take care of like unwanted children and stuff. And I've seen like a lot of the work they do from watching Charlie Bodum and Ewan McGregor when they did their long way around video, and then they did was long way down, and now they're working on long way up. And whenever they do these, they always go through these some of these countries where they are in like really rural areas. They'll find the UNICEF project that's going on, and I can't remember who I told this to. Where I think it was Ewan had a choice whether when he was filming Long Way Around, whether to just head north into Russia and get back on the main road, or go into Ulaanbaatar, which is the capital of Mongolia, because they were in Mongolia at the time. And he was conflicted on what to do, and he was talking to his cameraman about it, and it was his cameraman who basically told Ewan, hey, this is the kind of thing you like, a once-in-a-lifetime thing, so I really think you should go to Ulaanbaatar, because you'll probably never get to see it if you don't do it now, you know. So he did that, and he went there, and they found the UNICEF project going on, and it was like a UNICEF orphanage where they would find these abandoned children who had been living in like the sewers of Ulaanbaatar, because you know, for Mongolia it gets really cold there, especially in the wintertime, and in the sewers it's warm. So these people would take in these children, you know, and give them, you know, clothing and warm place to stay and feed them and take care of them until, you know, someone, you know, would come and adopt them. And there was this one little girl there who was, I think she was like, about 2 or 3 years old, and something had happened to her when she was, I guess, you know, before UNICEF got her, because she wouldn't talk to anybody except for this one other older girl that she was just, you know, safer around and stuff. And Ewan, something, you know, clicked in him, and he decided later on, like, to adopt her as his own daughter. And he did say it took a while for him to get the adoption to go through and stuff. So it took about like 2 years, I think. So by the time the girl was 5, he was finally able to adopt her, and so he got to have her as his own daughter and stuff. And they interviewed her in the new one, because she's older now. She's like 19 now, and she went on one of the countries with her adopted father, you know, and stuff. They talked about it, and even she said too, she was so grateful for him to adopt her like that, because she doesn't, like, now she doesn't know like where she'd be now if that had not happened. So if Ewan McGregor had not gone to Ulaanbaatar, that never would have happened. And Ewan almost started crying on camera, because he thought about that too. He wouldn't know where he'd be, you know, or where even that girl would be now if he hadn't done that. You know, so it's stuff like that, you know, really admirable stuff like that I really, really respect, you know. So when I find out about organizations like that, you know, I'd be like, that's the kind of organization I'd want to support if I was a big YouTuber and had a lot of money and stuff, you know, is to try to help out the people who like really, really need it, you know.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, isn't it? You know, it's like, in hearing about like stuff like that, you know, I mean, I almost started to cry too when I saw Ewan McGregor crying. I was like, geez, dude, it's like, wow, it's like a major emotional moment here, you know.
Yeah.
But but yeah, it's a really, really good series though. It's I was watching it at a friend's house on Cody, and it looks like they're needing to split it up into 2 different seasons, because in season 1 they go from Usaria, which is the furthest south city, major city in the world. It's in the southern tip of Argentina, and they went all the way north, and they kind of like snaked in and out of Chile and Argentina because we had a road to snakes through the Andes there. And then the last episode they were in Guatemala and about to go into Mexico, and that's where they ended it, because they were talking about, like, when Mexico is dangerous, really dangerous and stuff on certain roads and whatnot. And so they kind of like cut it there, and they're going to do the next one where they travel through Mexico, Arizona, and New Mexico back into California. Sorry, I keep yammering. I mean, like, this turned into something entirely different. And
Oh yeah, no worries.
You're fine.
It's a quick question. How long do you think we're gonna be streaming for? You say?
I was probably
how long do you think we're gonna be filming this podcast for?
I was actually getting close to asking you guys that too, because I was thinking about this ending at like around 9:03 right now. So
Yeah,
you guys,
actually we can wrap it up, because I have my stream that I gotta actually start filming
right.
this a little bit now.
Yeah, because this was basically for my stream. So yeah, so if you want to start yours, yeah, JJ, Dom here does his own stream on his channel. So it's this was it Domicus or Damascus? I forget. Dumbuscus. If you go over to Dumbuscus, I can actually link it to you. You can watch his thing. Are you doing that on Twitch or YouTube?
YouTube.
All right. Yeah, sorry getting off topic so many times there, but that kind of like happens during a podcast anyway. If you watch like Joe Rogan do his podcast, they go off topic.
A lot.
So they start with one topic, and it'll turn into something completely different by the end of the stream. Because what they do is they start with something, and then they just start talking, kind of thing.
Yeah. It's no worries. I'm just glad to be here. Like, I'm glad you invited me on here, and like, I'd definitely like to appear more on here. I just like doing this. I like talking to you guys about just like random stuff that we're all passionate about.
Oh yeah. So yeah, we could do something different next time. I'm gonna try to do the Apocalypse podcasts at least once a week. I meant to do it with this guy, but like I said, with the way my hand is in there, it's just really fatiguing on my wrist and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But we could just retitle it something else too, Yeah. But yeah. So I always need to get up. Sorry, I keep eating up all your time. I'm just trying to get the link over to JJ. So there you go, JJ. That's
no
the
worries, man.
link for Dom's channel. So okay, cool. So I guess that's it then. At least we got one new subscriber. That was pretty awesome. I can't remember their name. That was Matt something, but I was like, okay. And now I need to go over here and all right, get my credits up. Otherwise, my credit roll won't work again, right? Because
Because it just doesn't want to work because.
That's what I'm being.
All right, so yeah, the end credits is up so now, so whatever. But yeah, so everyone, thank you again for watching. Thank you for our first subscriber. I mean, like JJ's first subscribers. And
Thank you guys.
Yeah. Don't forget to check me out on YouTube if you're watching this on Twitch, and Twitch if you're watching it on YouTube, at Instagram at Dirkmez, and TikTok Dirkmez. And also, I unlocked video for Storyfire. Oh, finally! I was like, someone told me through a freaking private message. I'm like, hey, dude, you unlocked Storyfire video. I was like, I'm like, I thought they were fucking with me at first, dude. I actually had to go and check. I was like, holy shit, I did.
Well, alright, guys, we out.
Alright, see ya.
Bye.